UFC just announced Ian Garry versus Juaquin Buckley for UFC Tampa on December 14th. So this probably means Ian Garry is not filling in for Bilal Muhammad against Shavkat. It's probably looking that that's going to be Usman, or they might just scrap the whole fight and give Alex Pereira a, a clear shot to win the Fighter of the Year. If he rescues another card and KOs Ankalaev, uh, probably my favorite human being in history, maybe probably up there. Like my dad, Alex Pereira, maybe like Jesus Christ. But yeah, so back to this fight, Ian Garry versus Joaquin Buckley. I already see everybody's rooting for Buckley. A lot of people don't like Ian Garry. I understand why. Uh, I don't really care too much about boring or annoying personalities or even the cuck thing, whatever he wants to do in his own life. I couldn't give less of a shit. But when you get into the cage and you talk a big game and then you're just trying to outpoint somebody and like just evade the whole time, do the Floyd Mayweather thing of like talking about I'm the best and then you just really play defensive the whole time and never really open up, that's when I start to get kind of irritated. And that's what Ian Garry does. That's what he's been doing for, I think, his past two fights. His last fight against Jeff Neal, um, I really wasn't that impressed. I don't think most people were. You basically just circled around Jeff Neal, and honestly, a lot of that was Jeff Neal's fault too. A lack of skill to get it to get to the spot that he needs to get to. So I just think he's gonna do the same thing against Joaquin Buckley. If I'm honest, I think I'm not too excited about this fight. It has the potential to be a banger. Hopefully, there's a finish. I'm praying to God that there's a finish in this fight. I just don't see there being a finish. I actually said that Jeff Neal was Ian Garry's last fight. I completely forgot about the MVP fight, but just again proves my point. I completely forgot about that fight because that fight was so boring. That fight was horrible. An MVP tried. He tried, but Ian Garry's gonna do what Ian Garry's gonna do. Joaquin Buckley coming off a good win from Wonder Boy. He struggled the first two rounds. Maybe he might have got one of those, but the whole point to beat, or the whole game plan to beat Wonder Boy, would to be to crowd him, and that was, if you're a Buckley fan, that's what you were screaming at the TV for him to do the whole fight. And then as soon as he started to do that, he was able to let his hands go, got the KO win. I just don't think that he's going to get Ian Garry against the fence. I think Ian Garry's going to be more switched on. He's going to be circling a lot more. He's probably not even going to look to land too often as long as it gets him to round. That's just the way I see this fight going. Out of all the fights to make in welterweight, this isn't a bad fight. It's just not one that I'm super hyped up for. I don't really think either of these guys are going to become champion, especially if, I'd Bilal and Shavkat and probably Usman can beat both of these guys. Ian Garry versus Usman is a lot closer. Um, yeah, everybody's hyped up. I'm not too sure why. I think everybody's writing off that Buckley Wonder Boy KO, which was great and spectacular on a great card too, if I remember correctly. Hopefully, I just didn't say that about one of the worst cards of the year because we had a lot of stinkers. But I know that you guys probably want to see Ian Garry lose. Who do you think is gonna win? Let me know down in the comments. Um, I just see Ian Garry winning, unfortunately. It'd be nice that if Buckley could win, but even then, I don't see him being a serious threat to the title against a Bilal, against a Shavkat. So we'll see. Uh, it's good to keep the division rolling. Let's see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And that's pretty much all I have for this one. Hope you guys take care.